Hey my lovelies, I hope you're all safe and well. It's Mitch here. I'm just coming on to do this Wednesday's card reveals for you all. So just in case you were wondering, the deck that I'm working with is the Flower Magic Oracle by Rachel Patterson. This is such a cool deck. It's one of my faves. Haven't used it for a while, but I actually love it when I sort of get it out and reconnect with it because it's just a really, really fun deck. Quite a sort of powerful deck actually, this one. So if you guys were drawn to card number 1, we're going into the energy of Daffodil, and it just says here fertility. Now this card tends to remind me of like spring and summertime, just because of the energy obviously of it being daffodil, but from a sort of powerful space. So fertility, it could be that you at the moment are in a sort of stage where you're literally physically trying to sort of bring and create new life into the world, and that could be in the form of like a physical child. So maybe some of you are on a sort of journey into sort of parenthood. It may be that some of you have recently become parents and you're embarking on the sort of magic of new life, and obviously all of the chaos and the sort of fabulousness that brings with it. I can't speak. But fertility also shows in other areas. So it could also just be sort of positive changes kind of coming in, the birthing of an idea, the creation of something. It could be to do with, you know, a new change of job or business venture. Or just event or opportunity in that way. It could be a new house or home. So it can show itself in many weird and wonderful ways. And obviously you'll know where fertility lies for yourself. But essentially, sacred space is being held and something is being sort of born, something is being created. And so this is a very, very powerful time to sort of plant those seeds and be ready to sort of watch what materializes, what comes to be. So sort of send those energies out to the universe, physically plant the seeds if you need to, whatever you've got to do to get the desired action or the desired goal. But it feels like a really, really powerful time to sort of have that of what you seek or that of what you're aiming for. So this feels exciting to me. I get a very sort of fuzzy, warm vibe from this card. Now, like I said in the last video, this particular deck, they have really cool incantations or like affirmations, sort of pieces you can do for spell work. So let's have a little look at Daffodil's incantation or spell, because that might just be quite nice to share with you as well. So it just says, the pitter-patter of fertility can offer you the ability to take what you want to do and move forward and through new beginnings to create. Start right now, no time to wait. So that's exciting. So that's cool. So yeah, watch this space, guys. Now then, if you have been drawn to card number 2, we're going into the energy of the tulip. Tulip is actually one of my own personal favourite flowers, so it's nice to sort of see this one being shown. And it just says here, grounded. I think this is a really, really important time to stay centred, to stay grounded. I've been having quite a lot of conversations with various people recently where I've been getting very excited for some new up-and-coming projects and ideas, and it's made me feel very buzzy, and I have probably felt a little bit ungrounded in certain moments. So sometimes there's a need to just center, there's a need to anchor. We can have ideas, we can be excited for stuff, but sometimes just center yourself so that you're not becoming too floaty, that you're not becoming too unrealistic with things as well. It may be for some of you that just the energies, I mean, we have had some real intense energies at the moment, and maybe for some of you the energies have just been quite kind of overwhelming or quite suffocating, or you just feel a bit kind of spaced out and a bit sort of dizzy and head spinny with it. So maybe it's just needing to ground, center and anchor in that way if things have felt a little bit floaty or a little bit kind of all over the place. So however you need to take the energy of this, take it for what you need. But to me, this is centering. It's sort of centering the energy, it's earthing yourself. And it could be if you find yourself in new sort of working spaces, or maybe a place that you live, it could be that there's something new coming in that way. And it could literally be a new type of energy that is going to ground, that is going to center you. So maybe you're sort of having access to that at the moment as well. So an interesting card. But let's check out its incantation or affirmation. Let me just find tulip in the book. Oh, there it is. So it just says, Keep your feet firmly on the ground. Connect with the earth, stability abound. Build and lay your foundations firm to steady yourself for the long term. Send your roots down into the soil, bracing yourself against the turmoil. I like that. That's really cool. So that's a nice little sort of incantational spell that you can say if you have been feeling, you know, ungrounded or uncentered. That's a cool one to do. And finally, as we are going into card number 3, we are going into the energies of the flower being cornflower. So that, you can see that there. And it just says intention. So for me, intention is very powerful when it shows. It's really trusting that sort of psychic intuition. It's really trusting that sort of psychic antennae. And sometimes maybe thoughts, ideas, energies will present themselves, they'll show themselves to you, and it's really trusting the process of that, because sometimes in those moments we don't maybe always know why we're getting that intuitive thought or download or piece of information, but usually very fast and very quickly things are understood, and there's usually reason as to why sort of things come down from higher consciousness to physical. So this is a time to trust your own intuition. If something feels off, if something doesn't feel good, even if everybody else is following the herd and you're like, this doesn't feel right, I don't get a good vibe, trust that, pay attention. It's your psychic body, it's your psychic antennae trying to safeguard and trying to prevent sort of you being burnt or part of unnecessary stuff. So it's always quite important when this shows, because sometimes to trust our intuition means we go against the grain, we don't follow what everybody else is doing, and sometimes in those immediate moments it can seem like an action or a behavior that gets us quite unfavored sometimes, but usually there's higher caution, there's higher understanding as to why something was the way it was, and if it plays out a certain way, it's not even a case of I told you so, but it's staying true to your beliefs, it's staying true to your connection with spirit, with the universe, however you want to sort of title it really. But let's check out the meaning for the cornflower and just sort of see what it says and what it gives us. So it just says, trust completely your intuition. Make sure you take the time, listen, connect with your heart and soul, and take heed of it as a whole. Won't let you down, your inner voice. It only seeks to give you a choice. That's pretty cool. I like that as well. So like I say, they're really nice little incantations. So I hope you can make sense of these messages and their meanings. I'm going to leave their magic and their love with you. Just a couple of cheeky shouts to let you know. This weekend, I'll be off grid. Because I have a wedding on Saturday, which I'm very excited to be going to. So that's going to be fabulous. Just a reminder that next Saturday, so a week on Saturday, the 7th, I will be over at Westbury Lee Park Community Centre doing my evening of mediumship. It's the next date of my Spirit Magic tour. Very, very exciting. Always lovely to go back to Westbury because it's where the bulk of my journey and my magic began. So I'm really looking forward to sort of demoing over there. We do have a photographer and a videographer that are going to be there because there's a project I'm working on which I need footage for. So just be aware of that. If you don't want to be in any of the shots or anything, of course, that's absolutely fine. Just let the team know and they'll make sure that they don't get you in. It's primarily going to just be myself rather than anything else. But yeah, just be aware of that. So we had 30 tickets this morning. I've sold one. So we're now down to 29 tickets left. And then that night is going to sell out. So it'd be great if you can come and support it. Mum will be there with her stall as well. And if that wasn't exciting enough, on the Sunday, I'm doing something very different, something very new for me. But I will be over in the Somerset and Dorset Animal Rescue Centre in Wincanton for an outdoor event. Mum's going to be there with me as well with her stall. I'm already pre-booked for a whole day of reads and I'll be donating £10 per each reading directly to the charity. I'll also have my dog tarot decks available for sale, but that's going to be happening over at Somerset and Dorset Animal Rescue Centre in Wincanton. It's a free entry event. It's a dog Fate and Fun Day sort of show, 11 o'clock until 4 o'clock, I believe. There's going to be lots of great things to do. It's all going to, the support of it all goes to obviously the charity. So that's just something nice and a bit different to be involved in. And obviously, as my tarot deck is for them as well, it's just really nice to have been asked, you know. So I'm going to have a busy weekend next weekend, but it feels like it's going to be really exciting. So have fun. I hope the messages make sense, and I will see some of you guys very soon. Just a final reminder, my prices increase on the 1st of September, and then all of my online voice record reads are going up by £5, and my Zoom hour readings are going up by an extra £10. So obviously just be aware of that from the 1st. Those will be the new prices that you'll have to pay. So I'm going to leave it with you. Have a cool one, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.